My name is Kate Clark, and I'm a trainer at Oak and Iron Fitness. So I'm from Akron, Ohio. I'm actually from a really small town called Canal Fulton, Ohio, but nobody knows where that is, so we just say Akron. Yeah, so I grew up playing competitive softball. I played travel ball my whole life, and then got recruited to play Division I softball for Robert Morris in Pittsburgh. Moved to Raleigh to go to law school at Campbell. Spent my 1L year there, and then went to study abroad in London. So I took courses on like Shakespeare and trial advocacy and things like that in England, and spent most of my time not actually studying, but in the city at SoulCycle. So when I moved to Raleigh to go to law school, I knew that in order to stay disciplined with my academics, I had never done that without a solid training schedule. So obviously in college, like we had programmed lifts and we had practices every day. So like working out 2 to 3 times a day and then also going to class. So I was looking for something that could kind of keep my schedule regimented, right? So having some sort of fitness outlet for myself. And I had a friend from home that had gone to Cycle Bar a lot. And so I just gave it a shot. I ended up really falling in love with it because of the connection to music, and literally I think cycled every day since. So when I went to London to study abroad, I was looking for somewhere to cycle while training to become an instructor. And SoulCycle was really the only place in, like where I was in Cambridge, there was nothing. So SoulCycle in London was like the closest established spin studio that there was. So I ended up at Oak and Iron through a friend, Melissa Yan, who actually referred me to Matt and told me about the internship programs that y'all did here and something that I was really interested in. She pretty much told me, if you want to learn everything that there is to learn about fitness and the business of the fitness industry, Matt's your guy. So I sent an email on the website and spent 10 weeks of an internship here, and then just kind of never left. So I train and I keep track of all of our incoming new members, trial members, pretty much like, I don't know, what don't I do, right? Just little odds and ends, things that need picked up around the gym. Mostly just kind of keeping tabs on the member experience and making sure that everybody, like not a single person slips through the cracks, right? Oak and Iron's philosophy really spoke to me, because where I fell in love with fitness in the cycling community was because of the like mindful approach. So everything that we do has a why that is bigger than just that one particular movement or that one particular class that day. And I think that Oak and Iron kind of speaks to that holistic wellness as well, and mindful fitness, where like it's not just a workout. Like there are bigger reasons, whether it's, you know, your workout is to help you move well at home or to help you, you know, I don't know, even just carry your groceries in from your car, right? Like there's a bigger purpose. And if you want that purpose to be like competitive and athletic, then that's here for you, but that's also not the only reason that you would come to Oak and Iron. It's interesting because cycle is so different from training, like personal training. But I think that what really as a coach sets me apart, and like what I would define my personal brand as, is just, you're gonna get authenticity and vulnerability for me. Like I don't have any interest in getting up in front of a class or looking at a personal training client and, you know, pretending that I have all the answers or I have my own life together entirely. And, you know, like I feel like the human experience is just so fluid. And like I may have a client that is really struggling, you know, one day with coming in and getting their workout in because they don't feel motivated, or they're not, you know, I don't know, having the best day, right? And I feel like where I can relate to them is like, I have those days too, right? Like I don't come in every single day to the gym and be like, wow, what I really want to do today is go and work out. But it's about developing habits and consistency. And so like showing them that just because we are trainers and we do this for a living doesn't make us like superhuman, right? Here is a little different than in a cycle class. Big fan of punk rock, alternative rock, lots of Taylor Swift. But I'm a firm believer that you can go from like Heathers the Musical to Machine Gun Kelly. You just can't put them back to back. You got to have a good flow. So there's not much that I won't play or won't listen to. So I work for Skill Fitness Studio, which is close by to Oak and Iron, but what I do for them is I'm their director of programming and training. So that means that I audition all of the new instructors, I take them through training and kind of help them learn. Really what sets Skill apart is similar to what sets Oak and Iron apart. Like, we're not looking to make cookie cutter trainers and instructors and classes. It's, you know, what can you give? Like, what do you want people to take away from your class or from their relationship to you that is more than just fitness? Because, like, at the end of the day, we are training people. Like, that's how it is here too. You know, like, we're training people in the fitness industry, but we're also teaching them, you know, tools that they can use in life. I love to read, so spend a lot of time. My fiance and I read a ton. Probably if I'm not working, I'll still probably be on a bike somewhere, whether that's going to take a class or I have a SoulCycle bike in my apartment, so taking some sort of class for myself, which is not often that I get to take class for me. So it's really about it. I don't know, like, I have to think of a song is the thing. Like, all of a sudden, like, I know every song that's ever existed until someone asked me to sing, and then all of a sudden I know 0 songs. This is, okay. You gotta, like, tell me this ahead of time so I can pick some songs. Okay, all right, I got you.
All right, we're ready for you.
I will leave my heart at the door. I won't say a word. They've all been said before, you know. So why don't we just play pretend, like we're not scared of what is coming next, or scared of having nothing left. Look, don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow. All I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. That's a little out of my range there, yeah, but that's a good song. Right now, the end goal would be SoulCycle in London. And that's kind of like where I found my inspiration, and like just a community that I really resonated with and felt at home with, and a city that I felt at home in. But I think for me, the end goal is just being able to do this full time and, like, 1, make myself proud, and 2, like, prove everybody wrong. You know, like, there's a lot of people that, you know, look at you and when you drop out of law school and you get into the fitness industry and they're like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, you're not going to be able to make that a living. You're not going to be able to support yourself or support your family that way. You know, it's unstable, things like that. So just like proving that I am good enough to make it in this industry. I don't know. I'm pretty much an open book. Although I close all my cycle classes, I say, you're not born to be perfect. You're born to be real. I truly believe that. I think that there's so much expectation in life and so many boxes that we're asked to put ourselves into, whether that's at work, you're supposed to be one thing, at home, you're supposed to be one thing, but like, we are human, and those boxes don't necessarily fit the pre-prescribed, like, you know, people that we are, so.